Good morning. It's the 9th of February, Tuesday. Sorry, a little bit late this morning. Snowy in London and 2IC for the bike, so I got the tube in. And a little bit later, so 8 a.m., there's only a couple of signals this morning, so I decided to wait until after the open, get the trades on, and then do the morning analysis video. Yeah, first of all, I don't know if you've seen the review yesterday, but I explained there that we've had some emails that kind of got lost, and we've only just found them, some dating back to July last year. So we're gonna get onto that and reply to you. So please bear with us if you sent us an email and you thought we were being rude by not responding. It was our fault. We couldn't see those emails, so bear with us. I'm very sorry about that, but we'll be in touch shortly. Let's go on with today. Some big levels coming up. Markets have been extremely good this year. First couple of weeks weren't very good for us, but these last couple of weeks have been extremely well. So let's see where we are today. Starting with the euro as usual. I talked about this big two-bar reversal pattern that we put in this big bullish candle on Friday. And yesterday was quite a small ranging day. As you can see here, this kind of doji right on this trend line. So this is a little bit more wait and see for me today. I was concerned about this support line here around 120.60 that we actually tested yesterday. I believe it was in the morning before selling off and then recovering a bit. Actually, let me just make sure that's right. The euro was yesterday. Yeah, we sold off actually first in the morning. Yeah, we had a few attempts to go down, and then flipped and tested this previous support area here. So this morning we've already broken through that, kind of broke that in the Asian session overnight. So let's see what we do now. London's open. This trend line is also worth having on your charts. This is the obvious obstacle. So let's see what we do between there and this previous support that was resistance that could turn support again. Now that we're back inside this trend line that's been in place since June. So this two-bar reversal on an important level, the September the first high, also around 120, which was the original breakout area. So we've seen the retest of that now, and the bulls fall back on Friday. But like I said, that was non-farm payrolls day. Let's see what happens this week. Cable, we've tested this resistance area, which was part of this kind of ascending wedge that we broke to the downside, and then we found support off this roughly drawn ascending trend channel. So it's extremely choppy, this pair. Hard to trade, I imagine, if you're trading the daily, because of, well, especially on breakouts, because of these kind of things. Break of this high, you enter here, you get stopped either here or you get stopped here, and then you try maybe short on the break of this candle, and that happens. So not ideal to be trading breakouts on the daily, but on the hourly you're trading within the daily ranges, so it hasn't been too bad. But we're kind of at an important level here. As you can see, that these lows will be getting higher. So higher lows put in all the way up on GU. And also we've been kind of going sideways for the whole of this year. So 137, 138 is becoming big resistance at the moment. Where do the bears give up? This it could be above this trend, this wedge resistance, big round number 138. It could be where the bears throw in the towel. So a daily close above this, and we could see a pop higher, maybe some bear exhaustion to this trend channel resistance that I've got marked up as a little bit more defined than the support, but it's not very well defined at all. But it could be a rough estimate of where we go should we close above 138. UY, big moves for UY since breaking out of this descending trend channel kind of wedge. We've seen a nice pop higher. We found resistance on this trend channel resistance. Yeah, we touched that around 105, 75, and since then we've sold off, and now we're at this previous resistance that is now gonna turn support what has this morning already. So maybe a bit of profit taken if people sold near the highs. But let's see what happens in this pair. Obviously, this trend channel could be the support if we drop below this 104.80 area, and also this previous resistance that we broke out from for this descending channel wedge, whatever you want to call it. This pattern here, yeah. It's been untested, so we could see a retracement all the way back to there. That'll be some move should we get there, especially after going sideways for so long. This huge consolidation for the majority of 2020. If we close back inside this wedge, this could be a false breakout on the weekly. Let's check that out. Yeah, so we would need to, for a false breakout, I'd like to see maybe 2, maximum 3 bars. So it's going to be a hell of a move to get down and close back inside this wedge. How many points more? We've already, from the highs, we've come off 100 pips almost, and then back inside there we'd need to come down another 120 pips or so. So yeah, if you know UY or UJ, you know it doesn't move that much, but it's been moving quite nicely this last couple of weeks. GJ, we found resistance at 145, this big round number. Yesterday we touched that after getting near there on Friday. Let's have a look at the weekly. Yeah, so 145 was this resistance here. Since breaking out of this trend line, it's been one-way traffic at the moment. So let's see if we find some resistance around here, maybe some profit taken and a retracement back to this trend line or this previous resistance, September the 1st high, before going back again. Yeah, so 145 being the resistance. Sorry, I should have looked at that. If we draw a little magnet. Yeah, if we draw a horizontal line on there, or maybe we could, as that's a bit wiki, but I do like this on the trend line. This is the next step then. Should we close above 145, then watch out 146 big round number, and above that 146.80. That was that high before after the spike higher. So just have those levels marked up, just in case we this rally keeps moving forward or upwards. We are a little bit around these ahead of these moving averages, so we might consolidate sideways before going there again. But saying that, this is really starting to accelerate this upward trend. So anything could happen on GY, and the pound is at the all-important level, 138 as well. So should we clear that on cable, then expect GY to follow. Okay, EY. EY is a bit messy. It's probably getting pulled apart by EU and UY. So pretty tough to trade. When you compare that to GY, you can see what I mean. This is just sideways action. It's hard to get some momentum here, but we have managed to get some scalps on the owl one. So we have been picking up some wins, but the moves haven't been as grand as GY or anything like that. Keep an eye on the neckline of this previous inverse head and shoulders. This has already acted as support 125 area. Since touching that, we've rallied quite a bit. We're still stuck inside this resistance here, and we're starting to form a kind of ascending triangle here. So 127.50 being the obvious resistance. Although we haven't tested that, let's just go back. Yeah, this is the high. Maybe, excuse me, bear with me 2 seconds. Yeah, this kind of area. Yeah, this is the previous resistance that we're kind of just staying within here. It's acted as a support a few times. It's a bit of a historical level, although not the most clearest one. I've also got this trend channel marked up on the weekly that we're kind of stuck dead center of at the moment. So until we get above this 127.56 or 127.60 area, I'm a little bit neutral on this pair, as it's just not moving as much as the others. So when it's like that, you can just look elsewhere. This is what GG has taught me to do anyway. It's difficult, but on the daily, you can see it's clearly not moving as much as the other pairs that I've already talked about this morning. AU, this is quite interesting. I'm not sure if you guys follow Justin Bennett on YouTube, but he's I've always watched his videos, and he's got a really good read on the markets, and you can learn a lot from his daily price action reports. And maybe I sound a little bit, you could tell that I'm a student of his, I guess, and also lucky enough to have GG. So I'm like, you just pick up who you like on YouTube or whatever. There's like so many places you can get information for. You just take little bits from everyone. Obviously, GG's taught me the most, but Justin Bennett, he's also taught me a lot, especially on the daily price action stuff, which is handy to when you're trading hour ones. But anyway, maybe another video on that. Yeah, he has this as a trend channel, whereas I had it as a wedge. I'm not sure who's wrong or right, or maybe both, but it seems to be respected, this trend channel. So so I'll give him his dues for that. Although I do like my wedge, and it has had some support and resistance from it. So let's just keep it marked up for now. And also, you can clearly see that this wedge is a consolidation since testing this resistance area, 78.12. If I go back to the weekly, you can see that this was a double top here back in 2018 April. So a long way away, but this is just areas that the market are looking at, and people are just going to take profits around there. That's all it is. So this is why the market's paused here, but you can see this huge uptrend. This is a bull flag. We broke that. We continued the uptrend. Could this be another bull flag here? So depending on what we do around this resistance 7750, which is also this trend channel or wedge resistance area. So when we get that up there, let's see what happens. Should we come back a little bit, then you could be forgiven if you trade daily price action. Not that I do. So you could be forgiven for entering early because this is a well-structured pattern. So the resistance is actually here and not here, although that could be resistance as well. But there's enough room for you to at least enter to see what happens around this area. If we get resistance, you could scratch a trade, or if it breaks through, then great, you've got an earlier entry. So this is kind of how I read price action. But yeah, so this area is pretty important. 78 and this 7750, an area where the market might pause to see what happens next. But above there, I'm going to turn bullish again. If we stay below there, then we're still in consolidation mode. Right, I'll just do one more. CAD is quite messy. Let's see what gold is ticking higher this morning. We've completely recovered from that bearish candle on Thursday. This could be a false breakout now. Certainly looks like, and this could be the signal that the bulls needed to continue their rally towards this trend channel resistance. Following this huge bull run, we've done nothing but trade sideways. This could be this huge bull flag on gold. Especially cryptocurrency is going absolutely crazy at the moment. I'm probably the only person in the world that hasn't bought into it, but there we go. I'm an idiot. Yeah, so gold might start to want to start making some kind of move here. And this could be the start of it. So let's see what happens. I think we might get a retest of this 1817 level that's been pretty important. We failed to close below it, and only once here or twice. But that was short-lived, and now it seems like the bulls are back in control. So let's see what happens if we get a retest of that. If we close above it, then I think that 1900 and this trend channel resistance is likely to be tested. Anyway, let's leave it there for now. I hope you have a good trading day. Good luck. All the best.